how did he get away with it for so long? Amazingly, Perugia already had a criminal record, and his fingerprints were already in the system. But only his right-hand fingerprints were in the system, and the one on the picture frame was a left-hand print, and so a match was never found. During the investigation, police had visited Perugia's apartment twice, but never found anything. Little did they know that the Mona Lisa was hiding right under their noses. Perugia had pulled off a stupidly simple heist, and it seemed like he would get away with it. But after 2 years holding the painting hostage, he started to get impatient. He wrote an anonymous letter to an art dealer in Florence, the city where Da Vinci painted the masterpiece. In the letter, he claimed to have the Mona Lisa in his possession and said he wanted to return it back to its home. He signed the letter with the name Leonardo and took the next train to Florence. The art dealer and his associate agreed to meet Perugia in his hotel room to authenticate the painting. With the doors locked, Perugia opened up the trunk, and to their surprise, it really was the Mona Lisa. In order to further authenticate the painting, the art dealers took it back to their studio, assuring Perugia that he would be rewarded for bringing it back to Italy. But just an hour later, the police showed up at his door and arrested him. Perugia ended up spending just 7 months in prison and died just 10 years later. Although the search for the Mona Lisa was over, the truth behind what really happened seemed to have gone to the grave. But in 1932, a story was published that revealed a much more elaborate plan behind the heist. Written by Carl Decker, he claimed to know the man who was really behind the heist, a man named Edoardo de Valfierno, an expert in art forgery. He had come up with a grand plan to sell not 1, but 6 perfect copies of the Mona Lisa to 6 unsuspecting millionaires lined up in America. He commissioned a talented French painter to make the copies and shipped them off to America and put them into storage. In order for them to believe they were really getting their hands on the Mona Lisa, the real one had to go missing, and so he contracted Perugia to pull off the heist. When news spread that the Mona Lisa had gone missing, the paintings were sold to their buyers, and the 3 involved ran off with the equivalent of $90 million.